Oh my god. It's getting cold now, guys. It's only, what, 17 Celsius at the end of March. And that is the beginning of the end. Well, it's been a while, right? That we've been waiting for this cool change, and it's come. And guys, as I've said before, cool change in Melbourne means rain. Hot means dry. So we're gonna do something a little different right now. I'm gonna grab my cutters here and go to the front. Yeah, a fellow viewer left a clever, very simple but clever note on the papaya here that I'm growing in the front, the RB4 that I've been trying to do something with for the last year and a half. That one there. And the issue here, the main issue has been I planted two of them back then. That was done around the end of 2023. And the reason that this survived winter 2024 and it looks so nice is because of the frost cloth. Look, I've still got the poles here, or the stakes. I never pulled them out at the end of winter. But I'm gonna need taller ones than these. They're too short, which means the papaya, how much did it grow? It would have been down to here, approximately, right? 6 months ago. So yeah, it's grown 12 inches maximum, 1 foot. Only 1 foot growth in 1 year. Amazing, huh? So I'm guessing if I had only one planted instead of two, we would have had better results. Of course, right? That's just common sense. That just goes without saying. Now, I was trying to figure out how to remove the other papaya, which would be this one here, the one that's shorter and the one that's slanting, and leave this perfectly straight one and taller one in place. But as I said in a previous video, if I was to tug that and pull it out, or get in there and start messing around with the roots to pull it out, or any soil work or root work or pulling would be a problem. And one of the viewers left a comment and said something that I didn't even think about, that no one thought about. And that is to just cut this one away. Just cut it off. We're going to lose it, but it's better to lose one than to lose two. The problem with pulling it out is there's a good chance of losing both of them because of their roots being tied together in knots. Even if you were to do precise cutting with scissors, it would still affect this guy, the one we want to keep. You wouldn't be able to do a perfect job. But cutting this right here is a perfect job, right? I mean, there is a chance of this growing back, but that's the least of our problem. So let's get to this. It's a real shame to kill a beautiful papaya tree like this. And guys, I didn't want to do it, right? At the beginning of spring last year, 2024, because I thought that they would grow. And guess why they didn't grow up to there like they do in the tropics? Because we don't get the rain. These don't thrive on tap water. Tap water only keeps them alive, right? Keeps them alive, right? But for them to grow, they need what we had the last week. They need that. See that rain? Too late now. It's too late because it's only 17 Celsius. 17 Celsius doesn't cut it for papaya. Papaya's not going to grow when it's 17. So all this rain that we're getting now is too late. We needed this rain back in December, January and February and March when it was 27 and 37, but we never got it. That's why this didn't grow. In the tropics, it was 27 to 37 and raining all summer. That's why their papayas get up to there. It's as simple as that, guys. It's all to do with rain, not just heat. Heat is one aspect, but you need the rain as well, not tap water. Tap water is not going to make a papaya grow 20 feet tall. Not happening. And of course you might say, well, what about fertilizer? I don't want to fertilize my trees. Just this is my fertilizer here. Chop and drop. That's it. And if it takes a year to break down, so be it. I'm not going to use products. Yeah, let's see if I can do something else other than just kill it like that. I haven't tried this yet, like pull it out like that, like bend it, see if it comes out with some roots. I doubt if it does. If anything, it'll annoy this guy. I don't want this guy to be annoyed. So, well, let me just tug a little bit. Hang on. Nah, tugging or bending or twisting or anything like that is not a good idea. It's gonna definitely affect him. So that plan is out the window. So I brought in the big guns to do the job right without him even not even noticing that his buddy's gone. I really didn't want to do that. I really didn't want that. I felt that was like that was painful. That was painful. Oh, look at that. A beautiful, healthy papaya tree gone. Especially here. By the way, in Victoria, getting rid of a papaya the way I just did it is like a sin. This is like one of the sins, major sins, because we can't grow papaya here, guys. We can't grow papaya. Look at this perfect papaya that I just killed. Damn it! But now this one stands a better chance. And as I said, I should have done this, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Should have done this back in October when I took the frost cloth off. In other words, 6 months ago. So in 6 months, that would have definitely done something. More, a lot more than what it's done this way. Well, anyway, we can't go backwards. We can only move forwards. I don't think this will take if I put it into dirt. Who knows? Maybe if I remove all the leaves and put in put it in as a cutting. I don't know, because these get root right. These get every problem, every imaginable problem that a plant can have. Papaya has one of the worst. Even though it's so easy to grow in the tropics, just throw the seeds on the ground, and they pop up everywhere. Yeah, because they got sand, and they got rain, and they got heat. They have all the luxury requirements for these guys. We don't have sand here, guys. We've got clay, we've got cold, and we don't have rain in the growing season. So everything is against it. Because a lot of you have said, oh, why don't you just throw seeds? Just throw seeds on the ground. I'm not in Florida, guys. We don't have sand here. All right, so let's see. What have we got down here? What do we have? I don't know if I should go deeper. That's about 4 inches from the dirt. And I don't know how much more under the dirt it goes. It doesn't really matter. This will probably start growing back within the next few weeks before the frost in May. In May, there's no way it's going to grow because we have temperatures down to 2 Celsius, 35 Fahrenheit. So no chance. Yeah, we've only got 1 more month of growing season for tropicals. I'm not talking about apples and cherries, okay? They grow, actually they don't do anything in winter because they're sleeping, but the white sapote here, that grows all winter. And this guava here, that grows all winter. There are exceptions. I don't know why mango and papaya stops growing in winter. Evidently they just don't like the cold. Okay, so that's that. And now I'm gonna bring some bananas. And there's some more bananas here that I Gave him a month ago. We've got a lot of bananas, guys. A lot of bananas. So what I'm gonna do is give him more bananas. This is more fertilizer, potassium, right? Potassium, and see if this grows back or doesn't. Whatever. And that's that. That's my job for the day with a papaya. That's it. I'm not gonna water it. We just had a ton of rain, 30 millimeters we had yesterday, and it's gonna be dry for the next 5 days, no rain at all. And then at the end of next week, we're gonna get another 30 millimeters. Welcome to the rainy season, known as April. April to October is when it rains here, when it's cold. When it's cold, it's wet. When it's hot, it's dry. That's the way it works in the temperate climate. Now, as for this guy, he's so pretty. He's so pretty. So pretty. Oh my God, I can't put him in a compost. Oh, darn. Darn. Ah. Not only pretty, but not friendly. Not a friendly plant to grow here. Yeah. It's a weed up north or down south if you're in the US. But a very rare gem to have here in the cold climate. I've got another papaya here, guys. It's not like we can't grow papaya. The point is we can't get them to fruit, to set fruit. And if you can, there are exceptions, okay? I've done it. But if you can, getting the fruit to hang on over winter is the main challenge. That's the number one challenge. There's like multiple challenges. The hardest challenge of all is keeping the fruit on. This fruit, if it ever comes. Hang on. Where are you? Oops, that wasn't meant to happen. That fruit there, see those two flowers? Now, I don't know if they're male or female. We'll find out soon. If those turn to fruit, we don't know if they're going to survive winter. There's a much better chance here, up against the fence. That's why I put it there. And the conifer, and the orange, and the feijoa, and the hot cement that's in the sun all day. It's got every advantage. But even so, the chances of the tree dying in winter are very high. 80% chance of death with all these advantages. Yeah, man, that's how hard it is to get these through winter. Unless you put a frost cloth like I did over there. The frost cloth gives you a 99% chance of survival, but it's a lot of work. Who wants to go around putting frost cloth on every plant? Yeah, exactly. All right. So since we're here, we're gonna do what we have to do, guys. Cut, 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 and cut, right? And cut. What else? And I can smell the sap. I don't know if you've smelled papaya before, but I can smell it. I can smell the sap. So what we're doing here is giving all this good stuff, this future fertilizer, to this papaya. Here you go. Thank you. Now I could feed this as well, but I'm gonna try and see if I got any luck in striking this. The chances are probably down to 1 or 2%, but I've got nothing to lose, guys. Right? Now you definitely don't put this in a jar of water. Root rot guaranteed. They hate, as I said, wet feet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it dry, just like babako. I did this already with the babako recently, and that was a huge success. But I didn't have cuttings this big. Well, I did, and those big cuttings didn't take with the babako. They were like half the size of this, and they didn't take. So I don't know, the chances are very slim, unless I cut it in half in the middle here and do both the bottom and the top. The top won't take, but there's a chance the bottom might take, right? Just cut it there and let it dry out, and then after it's dried out, try and do something with it. This is just an experiment, and this is the worst time of the year to do it, when it's, how much was it? 17 Celsius. Not good. And here I've got another papaya, guys. Like I said, it's not that we can't grow papaya. There's many ways of saying I'm growing papaya. You know, there's false papaya, which is babaco. I've got papaya. No, you don't. That's babaco. I've got papaya, but it never flowers. Well, that's nice. And I've got papaya that does flower and fruit, but the fruit falls off. And then I've got papaya that can't get through winter. So which papaya are you? So yeah, it's not like in the tropics. Again, I have papaya growing all along my driveway here in Townsville or in Mackay. Well, good for you. And fruiting too, but not here. We can't have that here. That's such a luxury. It's harder for us to grow papaya than it is mango. Yeah, and remember 10 years ago, growing these mangoes here in Melbourne was a dream. A dream somewhere in the future. And the dream came true, guys. So, who knows? Maybe it'll come true for the papaya as well. In 10 years. Okay, I've decided not to cut this in half, unless you guys have a better idea. Give me your opinion in the comments. I'll just put it like that. Whether I should cut this in half or wrap it or what. Remember, keep in mind it's cold here. It's not hot like in the tropics of Australia, where it's still what, 25 to 30 or 35? No, here it's 17 to 25 at the moment. And since we're on papayas, I might as well share the final papaya that I'm growing here too. At the beginning of autumn, right? This one, which you've seen in the previous video. If you watched the 1 hour long videos, my neighbor just started mowing. So yeah, that's the third variety I have. The what is it again? Southern Red. So we've got a Southern Red, a Red Army, and an RB4. Yeah, and they're doing great so far, whilst we still have some warmth. Okay guys, that's the video. Thanks again for the tip from Billy, I believe. Billy, I think he's in Cyprus. Look how green the grass has become from just 2 days of rain. Remember how the grass here was like Cooper Pedy? All brown and dead. 2 days of rain. 2 days of rain. Right? That's why I don't use a sprinkler, guys. I'm not going to use a sprinkler in summer. All we need is 2 days of rain and we're back to spring and winter grass. That was easy. Alright guys, give me a like if you enjoyed this video, if you got something out of it, or even if it was just entertaining. Some of the videos are educational, some are entertaining, some are both. Whatever it is for you, whichever, right? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'm gonna go and give some of this rainwater now to let's see, who's a water hog? The water hog. Black Sapoti is a water hog, and Jaboticaba is a water hog. Yeah, plenty to go around, but not a lot of water. It's only like, oh gee, a gallon, under a gallon, barely 2.5 liters. Bye guys.